Welcome back we're to the special broadcast. Live visuals coming to you. You can see on your frame right now BJP leader and Home Minister Amit Shah there along with Nitish Kumar. Nitish Kumar has been elected for a fourth term, but he has been sworn in 6 times earlier. So effectively, this will be his 7th oath-taking ceremony as the Chief Minister. By itself, quite rare and unprecedented. But the one key big difference, like our experts were telling you, is the fact that this time his deputy is not going to be Sushil Modi. Sushil Modi, in fact, will be replaced by 2 deputy chief ministers. Mr. Nilanjan Mukhopadhyay, in your experience and to your mind, what would BJP now, where would they find a place for Sushil Modi? There's a lot of speculation right now that he could be moved to central politics, perhaps fill in the place that was vacated by, after the demise of Ram Vilas Paswan.
Well, if you read his tweet of yesterday where he says that the position of the party worker is something which cannot be snatched, and he used the word snatch, which is a fairly harsh word, which indicates that he possibly has indications that he is not going to get any other position, that as far as for the moment it's concerned, this is the end of the road as far as holding positions, constitutional positions is concerned. That's the way I would interpret his tweet. Of course, it's for the national leadership to take any decision and then give Sushil Modi a role either in the center or maybe as a governor in somewhere. But then this is something which possibly only one man in this country knows, and I don't have to name that person for you.
All right, fair enough. Quick comment from you as well on Tarkeshwar Prasad. Mr. Sanjay Singh, did give us an interesting insight there. Yeah.
No, Sanjay Singh has actually explained the entire thing very elaborate manner. Now, just one point which came to my mind yesterday when the names of these 2 people started doing the rounds, I was reminded of a remarkable R.K. Lakshman cartoon way back in 1983 at a time when Indira Gandhi was changing chief ministers in Andhra Pradesh in very quick succession. So there was one cartoon where she's taking a parade from a galaxy of Congress leaders, and then she stops at one point and points a finger and says, "Hey, you out there, you are the next chief minister. What's your name?" Now, this is what exactly is happening. That this national leadership of a political party does not want strong satraps anywhere. In the BJP, we have seen that chief ministers from 2014 onwards were largely unknown as far as the national level was concerned. Manohar Lal, Khattar, even in Jharkhand. So those things are being, repeated. It's essentially the national leadership which wants to be controlling what the party is going to do. Sushil Modi, all said and done, despite the fact that he was a regional leader, don't forget that he was a contemporary of Mr. Modi. Both of them were together in the JP movement. So that way he had some kind of a national stature. Of course, Mr. Modi overtook Sushil Modi and several other leaders in 2012-13 to become the prime ministerial candidate. I'm not going into that. But this is definitely an indication that there is going to be a greater role of the national leadership of the BJP, not just in how the party is to be run and strategizing for the future, but even in the government and day-to-day activities in the state.
Yes, you're right, absolutely right over there. In fact, Sushil Modi, who had also a great rapport with Nitish Kumar, is now the one who's even been pulled out from that place. We have seen both in Maharashtra as well, Devendra Fadnavis or ML Khattar were essentially at that point of time, para-dropped into those roles. They have now managed to emerge as stronger faces and names in the state. Also with the background of RSS, but interesting to see that they don't have, even in Bihar right now, a very strong face. And how they take it from here is what we will have to wait and watch. Visuals now coming in live, where of course the governor Phagu Chauhan has reached. Mr. Chauhan there sitting at the table. Usually you would see a whole host of top leaders, including other chief ministers, BJP chief ministers at least, who would be present there, allies who would be present there. But of course these are COVID times. And during those times it would be advisable to keep the ceremony low profile, low key at least, which is why we're only seeing Amit Shah, JP Nadda, present at the ceremony along with a few other BJP leaders. None of the BJP chief ministers there. They barely have any of the big allies left really, except the JDU. So that's the other factor. We're waiting now for the ceremony to begin. Here, like we told you, we're given to understand that there could be. Okay, Nitish Kumar is taking oath. Let's listen in.
हेलो नहीं तो बहुत धीरे धीरे हो रहे हैं क्या मोबाइल तक फोन जहाँ भी कभी नहीं आता बहुत धीरे धीरे आवाज उठता है बीच से हटो आगे आप कहाँ आगे ब्लॉक
Well, that was Nitish Kumar there, who's now been officially sworn in as the Chief Minister for the 7th time, 4th elected term for Nitish Kumar as the Bihar Chief Minister. One would say that, leaders in our country still struggling to adapt to the COVID times, whether it's wearing masks or avoiding handshakes and maintaining distance. But then Bihar and people of Bihar have shown that they have pretty much ignored the whole existence of COVID this election season, from campaign rallies to even during vote time to now even for the swearing-in ceremony. Now, we will see, the rest of the leaders also being sworn in right now. Let's see if we can listen in and see the names that are being announced and the other leaders who finally make it as part of Nitish's new cabinet.
आदेश संख्या दूसरा आदेश जापान 2438 दिनांक 16/11/2020 बिहार के राज्यपाल संविधान के अनुच्छेद 164(1) के द्वारा प्रदत्त शक्तियों का प्रयोग करते हुए मुख्यमंत्री की सलाह से निम्नलिखित व्यक्तियों को बिहार राज्य का मंत्री एवं मंत्री परिषद का सदस्य नियुक्त करते हुए 1 श्री मंगल पांडे, 2 श्री अमरेंद्र प्रताप सिंह, 3 डॉक्टर रामप्रीत पासवान, 4 श्री देवेश कुमार, 5 श्री राम सूरत कुमार बिहार राज्यपाल के आदेश से राज्यपाल के राज्यपाल जी की अनुमति से माननीय प्रसाद से अनुरोध है वे कृपया शपथ ग्रहण के लिए बता रहे हैं। तथा वहाँ में उनके तथा पद एवं गोपनीयता में
कर दिया तो फिर कैसे होगा?
व्यवहार के लिए ऐसा करना अपेक्षित हो, मैं प्रत्यक्ष अथवा अप्रत्यक्ष रूप से संतुष्टि या प्रकट नहीं करूंगी।
मदन थोड़ा साइड हो।
ये कर रहे हैं कि वो मुख्यमंत्री के तौर पर मंत्री के तौर पर लिखेंगे, लेकिन इन लोगों को नीतीश जी और दोनों मुख्य 24
महामहिम राज्यपाल जी की अनुमति से माननीय श्री विजय कुमार चौधरी से अनुरोध है कि वे कृष्णा शपथ ग्रहण के लिए पधारें तथा महामहिम के साथ अर्थपूर्वक मुख्यता मैं विजय कुमार चौधरी ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूँ। मैं मेरे द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगा। मैं भारत की प्रभुता और अखंडता पकड़ रखूंगा। मैं बिहार राज्य के मंत्री के अपने कर्तव्यों का श्रद्धापूर्वक और शुद्ध अंतःकरण से निर्वहन करूंगा तथा मैं भय या पक्षपात, अनुराग या द्वेष के बिना सभी प्रकार के लोगों के प्रति संविधान और विधि के अनुसार न्याय करूंगा। मैं विजय कुमार चौधरी ईश्वर से शपथ लेता हूँ कि मैं जो विषय बिहार राज्य के मंत्री के रूप में मेरे विचार के लिए लाया जाएगा अथवा मुझे ज्ञात होगा, उसे किसी व्यक्ति या व्यक्तियों को तब के सिवाय जबकि ऐसे मंत्री के रूप में अपने कर्तव्यों सम्यक निर्वहन के लिए ऐसा करना अपेक्षित है। प्रत्यक्ष अथवा अप्रत्यक्ष रूप से संकुचित या प्रकट नहीं करते। महामहिम राज्यपाल जी की अनुमति से माननीय श्री विजेंद्र प्रसाद यादव से अनुरोध है कि कृपया शपथ ग्रहण के लिए तथा महामहिम के समक्ष पद
All right, so the oath-taking ceremony they're continuing for the ministers who will be part of Nitish's cabinet. Nitish Kumar has been sworn in for the 7th time as the Chief Minister. Tarkishore Prasad as well as Renu Devi will be his 2 deputies. Yes, 2 deputy Chief Ministers for Bihar. Other leaders are now taking their oath. We're going to take a very short break. Lots more on the other side. We'll also get you reactions about Nitish's new team. So stay with us.